Getting ready to come to the finish of the North Carolina Education Lottery 200. Johnny Sauter in that blue 21, the control truck. Justin Haley, his teammate, in the 24. Restarting at Charlotte Camping World, 10 to go.
What a great job by Johnny Sauter on that restart.
Look at Ben Rhodes wedging his way inside of Kyle Busch. Gave him a little bit of a shove there.
Kyle got put in the middle. Can he squeeze his way through?
How about Brandon Jones racing side by side for second with Haley? Brandon into 46.
Sauter out front. Haley and Jones side by side for second. Kyle Busch in third with Stuart Friesen on his outside.
Wow.
Friesen and Busch side by side. Good battle there. And then just ahead of them, Brandon Jones and Justin Haley. Now Kyle Busch gets that spot from Friesen. Busch in fourth.
Yeah, I think Kyle wanted to get to the outside up in front of Friesen.
Johnny Sauter's loving what he's seeing in his rearview mirror, huh?
Yeah, he wants him battling back behind.
Heck yeah. And so do I. I love this battling. Look at Moffitt.
Trying to get underneath the 51 of Busch.
Remember, Kyle Busch has had a couple of pit lane penalties tonight and has driven from the back twice.
What about Parker Kligerman using those new tires? We saw him in the wall earlier. Now he's trying to battle up toward the top five.
Brandon Jones in that 46 ahead of Kyle Busch, and now here comes Brett Moffitt inside of the 51 of Busch.
What a statement it would be if Brett Moffitt can outrun Kyle Busch, and he got by him.
Wow.
Moffitt in fourth between a couple of KBM trucks. Justin Haley in that black and yellow 24 sitting second, but he has a couple of trucks in hot pursuit. Now Kyle to the inside of Moffitt.
Moffitt about spun out, leaving turn two there, Vince. Got really loose, lost all his momentum.
And how about Jones all over the back end of Haley?
A big time block by Haley.
Now Jones to the inside. This is for second. But only 6 laps to go, so whomever gets second, are they going to have enough time to eventually catch Johnny Sauter, who's out by more than a second lead? Kyle now around the outside.
Give it to Brandon Jones. He makes that move.
He's one of those guys that you said could contend from the back, Michael.
Kyle Busch to the bottom, getting past Justin Haley for third. Haley around.
Moffitt got into Haley. What is he going to save?
What a save by Justin Haley, still green. Wow. 5 laps left here at Charlotte. Johnny Sauter continues to lead, but what a battle behind him.
What an amazing save by Justin Haley.
It doesn't get any better than that, does it? Wow, but he's burned his tires up too. He'll be lucky to hang on to that thing.
Slipped back outside the top 10, but a highlight reel save for Justin Haley. Take a look at this. Watch Haley there in that black and yellow 24. Moffitt just into the back end just a little.
Never gave up though, did he, Phil?
Sure didn't. And watch him make that correction before that thing could swing over with that front end into the wall.
That was awesome driving.
Johnny Sauter opening it up to almost a 1.5-second lead now. Brandon Jones and Kyle Busch battling for second. There's the 8 of Nemechek, a little further back in the field. Of course, had to come down pit road because of some earlier problems, but there's your second place battle. Brandon Jones leading Kyle Busch for second, and Johnny Sauter is up ahead with just 3 to go.
Johnny Sauter caught a huge break with those guys getting hung side by side, racing for second. I wondered if anybody could break away. We haven't seen it all night. Johnny Sauter did it.
Kyle makes the move to the bottom and try to get by Jones. Coming to 2 to go, guys.
2 laps remaining, 3 miles left. Kyle Busch inside of his teammate Brandon Jones side by side for second.
Tell you whether Brandon Jones finishes second or third, it looks like, oh, it might be third. He gave that truck a great ride here tonight.
He has, from the back of the pack all the way to contend for a top 3 finish.
Kyle closed the door on him, and Brandon got into the back end just a bit. Here comes Johnny Sauter. White flag is out for Sauter. What a season it has been for Johnny Sauter. Already a two-time winner. Won the season opener at Daytona a couple of weeks ago in a dramatic finish. Won at Dover. And now holding off a couple of KBM trucks and all other Chargers. Johnny Sauter through turn 4. He's going to do it. And for the first time, win at Charlotte.
He's not very excited, I don't think.
Wow. See, I love that. 40 years old, all the races that Johnny Sauter has won in his life, and he still has that much joy to win. I mean, we talked about the beginning of the show tonight, how special it is to race here at this place, and you just heard it from one of the veterans.
Since he's won the Xfinity races, he's won this truck race twice at Daytona, and he said that's the biggest win of his life right here.
I love the passion. I love the emotion. And we heard him talking earlier how thankful he is for this opportunity. That sounded like a teenager in that truck, didn't it? Talking about how special this place is to get the win. That was incredible.
Johnny Sauter, 40 years old, from Wisconsin.
What is he, 2 for 2 at the age of 40 now? No, because Noah Gregson won last week.
Yeah,
that's
2
right.
for 3.
Yeah, 2 for 3.
A teenager snuck in and got that one in between time, Phil.
But Sauter has never been better, and you said it, Phil. He's raced in a variety of series, even in NASCAR, but late models. I mean, guy just races anything. He's a racer through and through. And yet you still heard the elation for Johnny to win at Charlotte.
It's quite amazing with the competition that we have here in the series that he's been able to win 3 of the first 7 races.
You know, let me say, you know, we talked both last week before the Kansas race and this week before this one, how, you know, anytime Kyle Busch is in the field, you got to consider Kyle a guy to beat, right? I mean, he's won 50 times in the series. The last 2 laps or the last 2 races, he hasn't led a single lap. And I think that speaks to the depth of the truck series.
And I just love, look at the racetracks Johnny Sauter's won on. The Super Speedway at Daytona, the mile at Dover, and now the 1.5 miles here at Charlotte. If you didn't think he was going to be the favorite racing for this championship, he gets rolling on these 1.5 miles like he has the other tracks. It's going to be a tough road to beat this guy.
That's the 20th top 10 in a row on a 1.5 miles for Johnny Sauter. That's an all-time record here in the truck series. And 4 wins in those 20 top 10 finishes.
His 20th career win.
Maury Gallagher, all the folks at GMS, Mike Beam, just have done a nice job of building this team and putting winning trucks underneath drivers that can go out and get the job done.
And tip the cap to Johnny's crew chief, Joe Shear Jr.
Took a gamble in that first stage, Vince. Stayed out and made it work.
Johnny didn't really like the gamble, I don't think. Joe Shear said the last one is the one that matters, not this one.
But when he went to the back and drove all the way up to the top 5 in that second stage, I think everybody probably took note that that was the truck you're going to have to beat tonight.
What a great run for Brandon Jones tonight. Finished 3rd. He's with Caitlin.
Yeah, it certainly was, Vince. Started 28th, made your way all the way up to 3rd. How were you and your team able to execute all throughout the course of this race?
Yeah, these guys, they fought pretty good for it all day long, and I raced the best in the truck series and in the business there at the end. So couldn't be happier with where we were there. I would like to have came home with a win with Cody there. That was pretty cool for him to come over and kind of do this one-off truck with us here. But all in all, great day for us, great day for Mobile One and Toyota. We were all up front there for the majority of the race there. So it was a blast to come down and run this race, and I think I learned some stuff for next week for the Xfinity car.
Nice job. Brandon Jones ends the night in the top 5. Hermie?
Well, Johnny Sauter pulls into victory lane. You could hear the elation and the emotion on this guy on the radio. He's won a lot of races at a lot of big places in this series, but happy to finally find victory lane here in Charlotte. 10 starts here, first time visiting victory lane, and there he is celebrating third win of the 2018 season for Johnny Sauter. Johnny, you guys have won a lot of races. You've won Daytona, a lot of other places, but you said this is the biggest win of my career. Why?
It's a tough place. Everybody wants to win here. I never thought I'd win here. I've had good runs here, and I've had very humbling runs, to say the least. But so proud of everybody at GMS Fabrication. Can't thank the Gallagher family enough. Ron and Maury, I bet you wish you were here. And ISM Connect, Chevrolet. Goodyear had great tire tonight, I thought. I like to fall off and all that. But to win this race is just super special. I just can't thank everybody at GMS enough. Team effort. And I was worried about our pit strategy there at the beginning, and then we just mowed right through there. So I can't thank the pit crew enough, everybody. Say hi to my wife and kids, and thank the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Blessed Mother as always.
These guys won Daytona, they won Dover, and tonight they win Charlotte.